double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim for pushing out this word of truth and sincerity. Alright, so we're the brothers from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And we're going to go straight to it. Read that Ezekiel 9.
Yep, this is Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Alright, so what we're doing is we're telling you about these things, you know, about all the turmoils that are happening around the world. You know, Esau's in charge of everything, so he's, you know, pretty much burning the whole world out of discourse. And, you know, so right now we're pretty much fishing for the elect. You know, so all these people who sigh and cry, you know, they're getting a mark of exception. And go continue on.
Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Yeah, so all the people who disregard what we're saying, you know, they're going to have that mark of judgment. You know, it's not going to look good for you. That's why it says Jacob's trouble that the elect are going to be scarcely saved. And you want to jump to the precept?
I got a precept for you real quick. Isaiah chapter 58 verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Yeah, so you know that's the acts that we're doing. That's what we're commanded to do. Is we're out here fishing for the elect. You know, so there's no excuse. You know, if you didn't hear this or anything like that. You know, because what we're doing is we're washing the blood off our hands. We're warning our people about the impending doom that's about to come.
For you, 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Yeah, so we're the innocent, you know, because we're doing these acts of, you know, rehearsing the righteous acts, and, you know, telling you that you're going off. You want to read that again?
It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Yeah, so we're complaining continually here in this captivity, you know, because we know that this isn't it. You know, we have a kingdom to come. Okay, so
This is 2 Peter 2 and verse 7. Verse 7. And deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. You know, because we're just like Lot. You know, we're vexed with everything that goes on in this society. You know, the things that Esau has set up, which, you know, you look into it, the water's polluted, you know, the air's polluted, you know, all the abominations done in this society, you know, everything that goes contrary to what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has set up, you know, and we're just like Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of these people, you know, that carries on in this society, you know. Yeah, this is back in Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 6. It says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. And he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain, go ye forth. And they went forth and slew in the city.
yeah, so it's really going into Jacob's trouble, because if you don't have that mark of exemption, you know, it's pretty much going to be bad for you. All the wiles of the devil is going to be, you know, going up against you. You know, so here when we're doing these things, you know, we're preaching and prophesying the downfall of this kingdom. You know, warning the people about this thing. We're trying to get that exemption from judgment. Yeah. Right, so we want to get this thing.
I got a quick precept for you. Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest, till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Yeah, so we're out here, we're not giving anybody rest. You know, so we're praying for this thing to happen. because we want to inherit the earth because we're the meek. So we're set as watchmen upon the walls. We've already seen all these things come in. The RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. Jacob's trouble is about to happen. Repent before it's too late. So I'm saying it's only the meek is going to inherit the earth.
Yeah, pretty much like it says, give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. The end goal was for the Lord to elevate his people to that God status once again through his son Yahweh Shai. So we supposed to constantly be on the Lord's line. Like the scriptures say, pray without ceasing. So you supposed to pretty much annoy the Lord. Constantly pray for the destruction of our enemies, and to uplift his nation that he said he was going to do. Sometimes in your prayers you bring up what you read back to the Lord, like, Lord, you said you was going to do this, you said you was going to do that. Give him no rest. Yeah, that was it.
Isaiah 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up the voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
So we're doing that, as you can see. You can bring out Proverbs 1. We're telling you about this wisdom, and we know only the elect is going to get it. We know that not everybody's going to get this, because the Lord has shut their eyes, from seeing this truth.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 1 and verse 20. Wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge.
Yeah, so in these last days, we're going to encounter these scorners. We're going to encounter all of these scoffers. We're going to encounter all these people who aren't fit for the kingdom. So that's why we're rehearsing the righteous acts. But first and foremost, we're seeing. So I can forget the precept where it talks about through knowing the terror of the Lord we persuade men. So we're getting right ourselves, and then we only care about the elect that are going to be delivered out of this coming destruction. Everybody else, if you can't get it, we're not going to waste time with you.
And it also says wisdom is cried in the streets. So in these so-called churches, these Christian churches, the truth's not there. That's not wisdom. That's not true wisdom according to the Bible. You're going to find the truth out here on the highways and hedges. But continuing on, verse 23, verse 22, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scornings, and fools hate knowledge? Turn ye at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded, but you have set not on my counsel, and want none of my reproof. And that's our people. The majority of our people do not want to hearken unto this knowledge. It says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
Yeah, so that's what we're warning you about this thing that's coming. It's called Jacob's trouble. It's written all throughout the scriptures, and you're not going to hear that in these churches. They tell that peace from prosperity doctrine. The same thing with vocab alone. They're just throwing a whole bunch of things to guide the flock to the slaughter, pretty much. We're the men that have been assigned by the Lord. What we make it to the end. To deliver the flock out of that slaughter.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiments, that thou mayest be clothed, and that it says, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thy eyes with eye salve, that they may see.
Yeah, so, going into how that eye salve is going to be the thing that's going to let us get right with the Lord. So you got to take you got to count that as a blessing, pretty much, because the Lord is He's showing grace upon you. Because in these last days with Jacob's trouble, it's going to affect everybody. And one of the lessons that you have to do right now during this grace period is you got to learn how to lean upon the Lord and trust in all His ways, so that He's guiding your steps during these perilous times that are about to come. And you can bring Revelation 7, speaking about the 4 winds and how they like to be sealed.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the service of our power in their foreheads.
Yeah, so let's talk about how we're fishing for the elect. We're pretty much gathering the elect, so they can get this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, so that they can get numbered in that number of salvation.